Yo, Gen X Gamer here, and today is a new day. We got Cappy taking over the handle, the realms, the reigns, that's the word. And we're gonna do a new game. It's been a while, I apologize. Life gets busy. Let's see what we got. One other quick aside before I start it up. I was thinking about this game. Came out in 1989. Milton Bradley produced it for, I forget the name of the company, some Japanese company. But it reminded me a lot of this other game that I loved that's better, I think, Life Force, now with more paint. I don't know who did that, but that's going to be fun to take off later. Yeah, and I think Life Force was a sequel to Gradius, if I'm not mistaken, made by Konami. And everyone loved Gradius. I thought Life Force was just like better. And they have a lot of similarities that I'll talk about, and I'll talk about this game more in depth when I get to the L's. But this one is a cheap knockoff, I think. It's still good, but I like this better. Also, 30 lives code on the Konami game, which means I could beat this game. This, I got to like the 3rd level, but anywho, we will talk about it. We are on number 4 in the collection, which is Abadox. Let's fire it up. Here we go. Let's hope and pray. All right. Abadox. All right, it's voiceover time. This is Abadox. Abadox, made by Milton Bradley in 1989. A company that made board games made this game, which is interesting. It's very much like Gradius and Life Force, you know. Keep collecting the power-ups to get stronger and stronger. These type of games, you want to try and stay in the middle of the area because things shoot at you from all angles, all sides. So if you're near a corner, you can easily get killed by something you don't see until it's too late. And then you're just always dodging little projectiles. It's kind of hairy sometimes getting through, and then they'll make you fly through small gaps. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, I think this game is a ripoff of Life Force and Gradius, but instead of a spaceship, you're like in a space suit, and when you shoot, your feet move forward for some reason. So here's the first boss fight. He's really easy. You just have to keep shooting him and then moving away, and then shooting him in the face and then moving away. And I realized halfway through the game that you can actually make that force field, those 3 balls flying around you can make it closer to your body, I guess for more defense, to protect your guy. I don't know. I couldn't really tell the difference between keeping it close or further away. I had imagined that it would block more body shots if you put it closer. Further away, it will, eat up those projectiles that are the same color. That flashing color makes them disappear, I believe. Or it might make all of them disappear. I guess we'll just have to watch and see. Yeah, so this part with those claws sticking through and you're like inside a monster's, mouth or something, that is like totally stolen from Life Force. I remember that part of the level. And I know that I should be talking about this game and not Life Force, but that was a close one. It's just so similar looking. And the one thing that they both do that I think works really well is which you'll see later is the way that when they switch levels, they change the perspective from like side-scrolling to top-down. I think that's really interesting. It keeps it from getting boring, And another way that Life Force did it better than this game was I thought the music in Life Force was really good by comparison. But I guess that's just, when you go from a Konami game to knockoff version. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what the name of the company is and put that in the description or something, so y'all know. I think it was like Natsumi or something like that. Yeah, so here's a boss fight, pretty easy. Shoot him in the eyeballs, don't get hit. I found like the sweet spot to hide so I wouldn't take any hits, even though that thing's protecting me. Oh yeah, and that was another thing I was gonna say. When you die, you lose all your power-ups, and this game gets way harder without the power-ups. It's like God mode to, I don't know, what's the opposite of God mode? Simp mode. Yeah, see, I died just all protected, but I guess those bigger projectiles just went right through my force field-y thing. So just start over, and then it's not fun. You have a little pea shooter. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about this game, so I guess I'll just let y'all watch, and I'll chime in if I think of something interesting. But I mean, you guys are here to hear my voice, right? I gotta talk through this whole thing. So let's see. What can we talk about? I think the boss is coming up, and he's pretty easy. This game's very tricky sometimes to squeeze through the small holes. Oh, here comes the boss. And he's pretty easy. You just gotta, dodge the projectile, shoot him in the head. They're always a weak spot, to hit. Pretty easy. This game, I feel like you die the most just from hitting a random corner of a wall, or, the bosses are easier than the levels, I feel like. But yeah, so I figured I would narrate until I get to the end. And let me know in the comments if you think my videos are too long or too short, because I'm curious about that. Because I'll just play until I die, and then I'll stop. Because that's life. We're just playing until we die. Gamer life. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. That's a reference for the old school out there, the Gen Xers out there, and maybe the elder millennials. Yeah, last life. What's gonna happen? I bet I'm gonna die. I think this is when I decide to just kill myself because I'm out of boredom. And on that note, I guess we should get to the review.